just a quick follow-up video on the Alustar prototype trailer, the XK6 Prototype that we've been running now for 18 months. Some updates have been made. Quickly just want to go through them and just quickly go through the rest of the trailer, also the way it is currently. In the bedroom living area, nothing much has changed. Still the canvas bags and in the cupboard area, just update on the lockable slides that we eventually got. So now it's got lockable slides. Still has this pigeonhole area for bulky items, big blankets and stuff like that you shouldn't really bring along on a camp. In the front of it, we still have the area for horizontal or vertical storage, I should say, for solar panels and tables. Works quite well for those high and flat items. 220 volt charging port. I think it's up to 600 watts that we can charge using a Luna NLDC 40 smart charger. Solar panel, solar input, any other DC input, and then a 12 volt input via a 600 watt inverter that we are using to charge the batteries. Front nose box, the lid opening has been extended slightly so that taller people can also access it freely. Still being vertically challenged at 5'6". This was one of the things that I liked the most. Easy access from the front. We've got the little Weber in there. We've got the gas bottle, dry grid, etc. The little hot water geyser is there. All in all, I'm quite happy with this setup. Moving around, we've got the external gas bottle in here in a holder that we use to connect the outside gas stove and the Weber if we use it. We still have the collapsible sink that fits underneath the fridge. Still the 90 liter National Luna fridge. Obviously, depending on how high the dishes are, you don't always get to slide it over, which is ideal, but it's not too bad. Then some additional storage space upstairs. The little mixing tap for the hot water system. Little spout or spray head that you can extend up to 5 meters, so it will reach to the other side of the trailer for a shower, and we just use it here together with the sink. Then kitchen area number one. Kitchen area number one is for like roadside stops, quick snacks. Kettle, gas stove goes in the back. In here, cups, mugs, and Marmite. Up here, it's like additional lights and all little odds and ends. Snacks upstairs, 2-minute noodles, all that type of stuff. Bread and rusks down here. And then in this area at the bottom, the kettle, coffee machine, and then a little charging area with USBs, and also around the corner, if you've got 220 volt connected to the 220 volt, you've got your normal plugs. Water tank level indicator, it's about 120 liters on the tank, and the National Luna NLDC display unit. And we've got this kitchen still that pulls out on the back. Nothing has changed there, still works well. Bottle storage, some cookingware and cutlery type stuff that you don't use that often. Pots, glasses. In here we've got breakfast stuff, full on breakfast for, and some spices, spice rack in the back, knives and forks. Then a large storage area that for breadboards and cutting planks. Apparently my device overheated, so much for a one-take video. Yeah, so on the back, it's one of the changes. We used to have 3 drawers there, but accessing the upper drawer towards the back of the drawer was quite difficult when everything was open. So we freed up some more space now by removing the drawer and only having a like a flat rack, because you can now access the space on top. So now it'll take 6 full-size camping chairs together with a retractable or fold-up clothes drying rack. Currently all the bags of the tents and chairs are stored in there. Then we still have this large center drawer, now also lockable, because we got the slides at last. Currently I've got the sides for the new awning that I'll get to now stored in here. It will take 2 ammo boxes or storage crates quite comfortably, with some space on the side for water bottles or a wine box. And then the low profile drawer in the bottom, it's still large enough for all the tent pegs, ground sheet and the retractable ladder. So that part stays as is. Then the other major change, we changed the awning setup. Awning setup used to be a much smaller awning, so we've gone for the Howling Moon 2-meter 6-leg awning. Works very well. It does take slightly longer to set up, about 2 minutes to set up than the previous one, and if the wind is above 40 kilometers an hour, they do advise putting down the legs, so you end up putting down the legs in any case. So yeah, but it does offer quite a lot more shade, especially in the kitchen area, where the previous awning that let in quite a lot of sun. So we're quite happy with that. It is larger, it's slightly heavier, the awning. So yeah, and it does require a slightly more effort to set up than the previous awning, which was really quick and easy. But it is for the greater good. So we've camped now 2 weekends in a row. Last weekend the ground wasn't level, and pulling the trailer into the spot wasn't ideal. I think we ended up spending just more than 35 minutes setting it up, which wasn't ideal. This time for this weekend the ground was flat and everything worked well, apart from the ground being slightly hard, and it took 20 minutes to get all the tent pegs and everything in. Something to keep in mind though is that any setup where you do require tent pegs to be put in will probably never be the ideal overlanding setup, but for a hybrid setup for a family like us, where we want to camp on weekends and December's 2 weeks in one spot and then do the occasional overlanding trip also, it does work well, and it seems like a decent compromise. Phone overheated again, but just to end this video, maybe just a recap on the size of this trailer. It is 6 foot long, the body, the box part. This tent on here is a Conqueror Compact tent, for perspective. So in terms of size, the trailer is roughly in the ballpark of a Conqueror Compact and maybe a Italian Parthian. It is slightly wider than both those trailers. It's also 6 foot, 1.8 meters. The production versions will differ from this in that they will be about 150 millimeters lower and about 15 millimeters narrower. Tare weight, the weight is here without our belongings in for a weekend, is 1,150 kgs. Fully loaded, if you utilize every inch of space and you load and the tank is filled, 120 liter tank, then it's 1,400 to 1,450 kgs. So it's still quite a small trailer, relatively speaking. The XK range of trailers should be on the Alustar website very soon. The XK6 will be the first one. Dry weight for the production version will be about 150 kilograms lighter than this one. So it should be about 1,000 kgs dry and 1,400 fully loaded. Furthermore, any comments, please feel free to leave them below. Everyone is always open to learn. And yeah, please like and subscribe.